In this world of confusion, we are left feeling paralyzed and frustrated by the coexistence of the good and the evil, the entrenched greed, hoarding of resources, fear-based tribalism, infliction of harm, perpetuating conflict, and oppression of others. What are we to do? In this 6-minute explainer, I unpack the parable of the wheat and the tares. We are going to discover the shocking, non-negotiable command Jesus gives us that cuts against every natural instinct, revealing precisely where we need to focus our energy to find peace in this confusing world.
You know, when we look at the chaos, the division, all the lawlessness around us, we all feel this burning, desperate need to fix it now. To just go in, rip out all the bad stuff, and purify the field. And that impulse, well, it feels like justice, doesn't it? But what if I told you that impulse, as righteous as it feels, might be fundamentally wrong?
I mean, that's the central question, isn't it? It's the frustrating reality of what we could call the messy middle. We crave clarity, we crave justice, but everywhere we look, we see this enforced coexistence of good and evil. And honestly, it can drive us a little crazy. It feels like a real threat to our own spiritual survival.
There's actually a name for that feeling, that deep, instinctual desire to sort it all out, to draw the lines in the sand and just act. It's the weed-pulling impulse. And while it feels so right, one of Jesus's clearest teachings directly, and I mean directly, challenges it. So Jesus saw this impulse in us. He knew we'd want instant purity, and he addresses it head-on in this brilliant parable, where he gives a command that cuts against every single one of our natural instincts. The workers in his story, they ask the most logical question you can imagine. Hey, should we go fix this right now? And the master's response is just a flat, non-negotiable no. That's it. This is the shocking heart of the parable. And to really get why he says this, we have to look a lot closer. Okay, so let's dive into this. And here's the best part about this story. Jesus didn't leave us guessing. He basically gave his disciples the ultimate cheat sheet, defining every single element himself. There is absolutely no room left for speculation. It's all right here. The sower is Jesus. The good seed, that's the sons of the kingdom. The weeds are planted by the enemy himself. In the final sorting, the harvest, that's the end of the age. But you have to notice that one crucial definition. The field is the world, not the church, not just one country, the entire world. The scope here is global. Now, the specific weed Jesus talks about is the key to this whole thing. It's a type of darnel, sometimes called mimic wheat. And that's because in its early stages, it looks identical to the real thing. The enemy's sabotage isn't obvious. It's based on perfect, insidious deception. And this right here is the practical genius behind the master's command. The darnel's roots grow deep, and they get hopelessly intertwined with the wheat's roots. So if you try to yank out that imposter prematurely, you guarantee collateral damage. You will absolutely uproot the genuine crop you're trying to protect, maybe even the immature, struggling believers. So the delay is partly an act of protection, but it goes so much deeper than just that. This whole waiting period, this isn't God being indifferent to evil. No, it's an active, profound strategy of mercy. And this verse just brilliantly illustrates that second reason for the delay. This time it's an open window of grace. It's time that gives those who currently look and act just like weeds time to repent, to have a change of heart and actually become wheat. God's patience is this incredible act of sovereign love. So the crucial point is this, and we have to get this. We are absolutely forbidden from acting as self-appointed weed pullers. Judging another person's ultimate, eternal destiny, trying to decide who's wheat and who's a tare, that is a job that is reserved for God and his angels. Period. All right, so if our energy isn't supposed to be spent policing the field, if we're not supposed to be judging others, that begs a pretty big question. What is our actual assignment? Well, to put it simply, the master never hired us to identify and destroy tares. He hired us to cultivate the wheat. That means our entire focus has to shift dramatically away from condemnation and onto our own fruitfulness and the growth of those around us. So here's your action plan for finding real peace in all this chaos. First, focus your energy. Stop pouring it into all the cultural skirmishes and the endless online arguments about who's in and who's out. Instead, pour it into cultivating the fruit of grace, service, and love. Second,
Accept your placement. You're not in this messy world by accident. You've been planted strategically, right in the middle of it all, to be an agent of light. And third, practice daily vigilance, not by policing the field, but by honestly, truly examining your own heart.
And this brings us to maybe the most practical tool in the entire parable, the daily self-check. And the nature of the plants themselves, it gives us this powerful visual metaphor for exactly how to do it.
Just look at this contrast. The tare, because it's empty, because it bears no valuable fruit, it stands up tall, rigid, and proud. But the wheat is heavy with valuable grain, and so it bows its head low in humility, literally weighted down by the very fruitfulness it produces. This is your instant self-check. Is my life marked by a rigid, self-righteous pride, or by the bowed humility of someone who knows that any good fruit only comes by grace? This is an ongoing, active struggle that requires daily dependence on God.
Now, this wait is merciful, but let's be clear, it is not forever. The parable is very firm on this point. The harvest is coming. Judgment delayed is not judgment denied. That final sorting, that final separation is absolutely certain. And for the wheat, for those who patiently endured and bore fruit, well, the conclusion is nothing short of glorious. It's a final vindication where the righteous will shine like the sun. It's the ultimate reward for trusting the Master's timing, even when it didn't make sense.
And that brings this entire epic parable right back to us, right here, right now. It forces us to stop looking out at the field and instead to look inward. So the final question is this: what is the one weed, maybe it's pride, maybe it's criticism, maybe envy, that you need to let the divine gardener prune from your own heart today?
Let's overcome the evil in this world, not by judgment and condemnation, but by reflecting God's goodness, mercy, graciousness, patience, loving kindness, faithfulness, and forgiveness. Until next time.